Hello there guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at I.O., which is a game that will be released on Steam today. I.O. is a game that's been developed by Gamious, who are Dutch game developers, and has been published by Kissltd. I.O. is a racer puzzle game in which you are a small ball and you have to complete levels by doing specific actions. Now, in this video I'll be talking about how the game works and what content the game brings, and also what my opinion about the game is. So, like I just said, you're a small ball who has the capability of growing and shrinking. So you can make yourself bigger and smaller. Now, obviously this allows you to go through narrow holes and climb steeper hills, but it also brings different things. For example, when your ball grows and you go downhill, you will gain more momentum, allowing you to collect more potential energy, which is just basic physics. Now, when you shrink in size again, all that potential energy that you have will be converted into kinetic energy, so you'll be a very small ball, but you'll be going extremely fast. Now, situations this might be useful in is, for example, when you are rolling downhill and you see that you have to jump over a cliff a little bit later. So what you basically do is, you make yourself bigger when you roll downhill, and then as soon as you're on the ramp that will allow you to jump over the cliff, you will make yourself smaller again exactly at the moment you do not touch the platform anymore, causing you to gain a lot of kinetic energy and making it across the gap. Now, this game will also explain those things through its tutorial. It starts with a tutorial of 10 levels explaining all the different features. But next to the fact you can grow and shrink in size, this game also brings more challenges. For example, there are yellow balls and plates which you can move. For example, you can take those balls to gaps in the map to fill the gap, so you can move over it, so you can create a bridge with that ball. The same thing for the yellow platforms. If you need to cross a gap, for example, but you can't do it by just simply rolling, you can use the yellow platform to cross that gap by putting it in that place, as you can move it by rolling against the platform, which is a really interesting thing. Now, what makes those yellow balls and platforms even more interesting is the fact that there are also red and blue platforms. Red platforms will destroy your ball upon touching, so you want to avoid those. If you touch them, you'll have to restart your whole level. But blue platforms are actually there to help you. Usually blue platforms function as elevators, so you can roll on them and then they will bring you to a different location. Now, what makes this really interesting is the fact that those red platforms can be avoided by putting those yellow platforms I've told you about on them. So you can basically block those red platforms from touching you, so you can move safely over them into a certain extent. Now, obviously this will bring up a lot of challenges in the game, as you still have to complete the level as fast as possible. You really need to think fast about what moves you want to do and how you are going to solve the level, because before you know it, you're not going to get a medal anymore, as you get a gold, silver or bronze medal depending on your speed for each level, which are basically just the rewards for completing the level. And there's also a possibility that you're not going to get a medal at all if you're way too slow. So even though the game might look easy initially, the fast thinking will definitely bring up a huge challenge along with it. Now, let's talk about the content of the game itself. The game features a tutorial of 10 levels that will step by step explain every different aspect of the game. So I've already told you about gaining momentum, about the red, the blue and the yellow platforms and whatnot, and the tutorial will also explain this and how you can use those things to your advantage, so I'm not going to explain that myself. There are also 6 level packs of 25 levels each, and the higher your level pack, the more difficult it will become. So there will be 150 levels when you initially buy the game. Now I do have to say some of the levels from level pack 1 are used in the tutorials, that's a good thing to note. And some levels in the tutorial are not featured in level pack 1 as well. So, like I said, you need to solve the levels as fast as possible in order to obtain medals. Now, what you could do as well, which would be really cool, is putting your high score on the Steam forums or share it with your friends and challenging them to beat your high score. I think that will really bring up the competitive play and will make the game a lot more interesting. So, right now we've covered the how the game works and what content the game brings. And now I'm going to talk about my personal opinion about the game. So I'm very positive about this game. I like what I see and I liked playing the game a lot. The graphics in the game fit the gameplay style very well. They could have chosen for a different graphic style, but I think the style that they've used on this game is perfectly fine. Also, the music in the game is really relaxing and it helps you not to stress out too much in the game. So that's a big plus as well, and the music is also nice to listen to. Next to that, I think that they brought a huge amount of content to the player by creating 150 levels, which obviously is quite a lot, and I'm definitely quite surprised that they made so many levels. That's another big plus. And if I would have to rate the game, I'd probably give it somewhere around a 8, as it brings really good content, really good music, and just it creates a good atmosphere. And if you want to buy the game, there is a link in the description, so you can go to the Steam store and buy the game yourself. And I think I've covered most right now then, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching and see you next time.